Hi, my name is Marge Christensen. I'm an American Legion Auxiliary member of Unit 62 in Peoria, Arizona. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to make these pretty patriotic poppy pins, which is a little harder to say than you might think. But before I begin, I would like to thank our service personnel, veterans and their families, for their service and sacrifice to our country. I particularly would like to express my gratitude to anyone who has lost a loved one in service to our country. We make these poppies and wear these poppies in remembrance and in honor of them. So the first thing you have to do is gather all your materials and tools. To begin with, you'll need red and black fabric. This is man-made fabric. You'll see as we go through the video that we use a heat gun to melt the edges to create the ruffles on the poppies, and you need a man-made material to do that. I like this material because it's got a little stiffness to it, and so your poppy doesn't wilt when you wear it, and it's thin and reminds me of the qualities of an actual poppy. The next thing you need is some bling to put in the center of your poppy. I've got these, sort of diamondy looking ones, and there's all kinds of examples. So just pick whatever you might have, or look around for something that you really like. You're going to need a piece of cardboard to use as backing for your pin, and then you need an alligator clip so that you can attach your poppy pin. You also need a heat gun. I like this model because it blows air, which makes it a little easier to make the ruffles on the poppy, and then you're going to need a glue gun to tie everything together. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is cut your fabric into circles. These poppies are about 3 inches across, and so for that size you need 2 circles of red. One is 3.5 inches across. You need one that is 2 3/4 inches across, and then for the black center you need one that's 1.5 inches across. I'm not going to show you how to cut circles, but when you're done you have 3 pieces of fabric that roughly look like this. The next thing you need to do is create the ruffles on each piece. So I have a wine glass, that's slightly smaller in diameter than my circle, and I'm going to use that to hold my fabric down and melt the edges. As you can see, I'm working on a granite countertop. This is quite hot. It's not something that you would want little kids to work on, and it's not something that you would want to work on your favorite dining room table either. But as this spins around, it's melting the edges, and it doesn't have to be perfect because poppies are all different and they're not perfectly symmetrical. So here's what the piece looks like when it's melted on the edges. For the middle piece, I'm going to use this shot glass. I apparently have kind of a limited selection of glassware. And I'm just doing the same thing, spinning the glass, spinning the fabric with the heat gun on it, letting it melt as it spins around until it looks like this. And then of course I have to do the black piece, and I'm going to use what I'm going to call a vase to make that centerpiece. And again, I'm just twisting the fabric using the glass as a tool until I've got a nice center black piece. Okay, then what I like to do is put the whole thing together how I want it to look when it's complete. And sometimes you have to sort of twist the pieces around until they line up nicely and you have a nice centered poppy. That looks good. That's a good one. Then you simply take your glue gun, put a little glue on the backing, and because this fabric is quite sheer, when I put my assembled poppy on, the glue seeps through and glues the whole thing together in one little step. Sometimes if you have thicker fabric you might need to make a couple steps out of that, like this time. Oops. So I'll just add a little glue to this piece and line it up, and there we go. So there's my poppy, and now I want to put the clip on so that I can wear my poppy pin. Give it a little second to dry. And then what I did with the ones from our unit, when I gave them away, I included a little tab so that it has our American Legion number on it and people remember where they got it. It also included our website so people can look us up if they're interested. And that's how you make a pretty patriotic poppy pin. Thank you.